Welcome to the Los Borrachos Happy Hour with your host, three-time fantasy champion, your new commish, Los Borrachos.
What up? What up? What up? Um, so yeah, like I said, I recorded the whole show, and then it gave me some bullshit. So it says it should be working. I cleared some of my shit, deleted some stuff, so it should work. Um, I'm just gonna do who has the best and worst matchup as far as positions. So I'm gonna go quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and if I have time, I'll probably do matchups. But if not, that'll be the video over today. But since Saturday, baby. Salud. Pinche Dodgers fucking up yesterday, but at least they'll come on they'll come through on Sunday. Salud. Let's get into it. All right, and first up, we got the quarterback position. So these are players who have the best matchup. Pretty much who they play give up the most points out of everybody. Um, I got this from NFL Fantasy Live or the NFL page. They do all that research and shit and average out what every team gives up to that position alone. So first up, we have Drake May versus Jacksonville. They give up an average of 23 points to the quarterback. I mean, I started Caleb Williams last week. Put up 40 points. And if you're feeling desperate, why not? Baker Mayfield versus Baltimore. Baltimore has given up 20 points average to the position. And this is scoring as far as theirs. It doesn't kind of reflect how we scores. Our scoring is a little bit different. I think we give more points for yardage and stuff like that, and also we give more points to the touchdowns. I think they play with 4-point touchdowns for quarterbacks. Number three, Lamar Jackson versus Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is giving up 19.90 points to the quarterback position. Um, Justin Herbert versus Arizona. Arizona giving up 19.18 points to the quarterback position. And then fifth, Andy Dalton versus Washington. They're giving up 18.46 points to that position. So pretty some of these guys, someone's on their bench. Um, well, actually, I don't know. I think OG Men is starting Baker Mayfield, but yeah, I mean, if you want to spot start Justin Herbert, Andy Dalton, Drake May, they have great matchups and they should do pretty good. They have good offenses and they have good weapons. And now the ones with the worst matchups. And first, we have Anthony Richardson versus Miami. Miami gives up 8 points to the quarterback position, average. And I can attest to that because I got 9 points from Josh Allen when they played Miami. So bullshit. Uh, Second, Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. They go up against the New York Jets. The Jets are giving up 10 points, 10 points, 67 on average to that quarterback position. Um, I know the week before they had shut down Sam Darnold, even though Sam Darnold had fucking thrown for like 3, 4 touchdowns in a game every single game this season. But they were able to shut him down. Uh, I think if Justin Fields plays, he could put up points because he could run and stuff like that. You saw Josh Allen run on them on Monday night. But if it's Russell Wilson, I don't think he has that running ability anymore. So he'll be a sitting duck, getting sacked and shit. Third place, Aaron Rodgers versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh only giving up 12 points to the position. Fourth, Kyler Murray versus the Chargers. The Chargers giving up only 12 points to the position. CJ Stroud versus Green Bay, only giving up 14 points to the position. So yeah, I mean, I think like I said, OG Men is starting Baker Mayfield or Richardson, which is a good move. I think the Enfuegos are starting Jalen Hurts over Kyler Murray, and the Arab Sensations, I believe, is still starting C.J. Stroud. I mean, just based on weapons and stuff, I think he could get a couple touchdowns. It's just again, he doesn't run the ball, and you're merely counting on him getting what you call it, yardage, like throwing for 300 yards and maybe a couple touchdowns, which is possible with those weapons, but who knows? But yeah, we'll move on to the running back position. All right, and now the most important running back position. So yeah, so the ones with the best matchup. Number one is Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler versus Carolina. Carolina's given up an average of 33 points to that position. So yeah, I believe he's playing Brian Robinson. That's still, or I think they said he's still game time decision. But even if he plays, Austin Eckler has been doing pretty well, so I think he'll get his touches too. Just saw Bijan and Tyler Algier put up a 20 points each on him, so I think they both could do it too. And second, Tony Pollard versus Buffalo. Buffalo giving up 32 points to that position. Brees Hall just had one of the best game of the season against them, so I don't see why Tony Pollard can't do it. They got Mason Rudolph in there now. Will Levis is gonna sit, so a little bit more of a threat back there to throw the ball and stuff. So it should open some lanes for him. And third, Trey Sermon, Tyler Goodson, Goodson or Goodson, Goodson versus Miami. Miami's giving up 27.8 points to the position. um, Tyler Goodson, I think, looked better last game. They said Trey Sermon's still kind of dealing with something. But yeah, I mean, if you got him, maybe flex or something. I don't know. Think about it, Mike and the boys. Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville's giving up 27 points to the position. So far they're saying he's questionable, Ramondre Stevenson, but just gotta monitor that injury. Problem is he plays at 6 in the morning. If you want to just avoid the thing, just don't start him. But if you got Gibson, could be a flex consideration. All right, and fifth, Tank Bigsby, ETN, or even Dearness Johnson versus New England. New England's giving up 27.03 points to that position. But yeah, I mean, they're still questionable. If ETN doesn't play, I think Dearness Johnson could be a good flex option. Tank Bigsby should get a good amount of touches in this one. I doubt New England goes up 14 points on them at the start of the game. That's what happened last game. That's why it was more Dearness Johnson than Tank Bigsby. So I think Tank Bigsby got it this week since he's not playing me. Now we'll go to the worst. Uh, the worst number one is Jordan Mason versus KC. KC's only giving up 14 points to the position, and that goes for Garendo and then Patrick Taylor. So they usually shut down the run and shut down your number one and have you try and beat them with the other playmakers. Number two, David Montgomery, Jameer Gibbs. They go up against Minnesota. Minnesota's only giving up 15 points to the position. Third, Bucky Irving, Sean Tucker, Rashad White versus Baltimore. Baltimore's only giving up 16 points to the position. Plus, it's a mess. I think Rashad White could play. So I ended up dropping Sean Tucker. I really don't want to deal with that whole three-headed monster. Even the coach said it could be a three-headed committee. So yeah, pass. Fourth, you got Josh Jacobs, Emmanuel Wilson versus Houston. Houston's only giving up 17 points to that position. And last, James Conner, Trey Benson, and DeMarcado versus the Chargers. Chargers only giving up 17 points to the position. Just saw them shut down Javonte Williams last week. I think he only put up 3 points. Same thing with McLaughlin and all the other guys. But yeah, those are the running backs with the worst matchups. So I gotta figure out if I'm gonna start Mason or not. All right. Now we'll move on to wide receiver. All right, and now to the wide receiver position. And first, the one with the best matchup, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamal Williams versus Minnesota. Minnesota's giving up 44 points to that position. Second, Demario Douglas, K. Butte, and Jaleel something Polk versus Jacksonville. Jacksonville's giving up 43 points to that position. Third, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Jalen McMillan. They go against Baltimore. Baltimore's giving up 43 points to that position. And fourth, Jefferson, Addison, and Jalen Naylor versus Detroit. Detroit giving up 43 points to that position. And fifth, we got Deontay Johnson, Xavier Legette, and Jalen Cocker versus Washington. Washington's giving up 39 points to that position. Deontay Johnson's still dealing with, I think it's a hamstring and then an ankle. I think it's like 2 or 3. Oh, and a back. So it's like 3 things, I think. So I don't know. It could be maybe Legette time or Jalen Cocker. They both have been starting over Mingo. In case you guys need a boomer bust type of play, they have a great matchup. And if you want to play the matchup, those are some guys you could pick up and start. I had Legette, did pretty good for me 1 week, but then he went up against Chicago, got injured, and he didn't do so well. I think he didn't do bad last week against Atlanta. So yeah. Now the ones with the worst matchup, number 1 is Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, and Tyler Boyd versus Buffalo. Buffalo's only giving up 22 points to that position. Second is Downs, Pittman, and Mitchell going up against Miami. Miami's only giving up 23 points to that position. Third is Pickens and Calvin Austin, the third, going up against the Jets. Jets only giving up 24 points to that position. Fourth, Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch going up against the Chargers. Chargers only giving up 26 points to that position. And fifth is Kansas City. San Francisco with Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and Pearsall versus KC. KC's only giving up 27 points to that position. Yeah. So yeah, those are, just be aware. I know some of these guys you're not gonna sit, but hey, just temper expectations. If you got to make a move in something else, we can get you a more boomer bust on another position. Plan on that. Just like I said, just more of an info thing. Let you guys know who has the worst and best matchup coming up. And now we'll go to tight end. All right, and here are the tight ends with the best matchups. Number 1, George Kittle going up against Kansas City. Kansas City is giving up 17 points to that position. Fucking Mike and the boys. And then in second, Brock Bowers versus the Rams. The Rams are giving up 14 points to that position. So yeah, I'm basing both of those fuckers. In third, Dalton Schultz versus Green Bay. Green Bay's only giving up 13 points to that position. Fourth, Jonnu Smith versus Indy. Indy giving up 13 points to that position. And in fifth, Cade Otton versus Baltimore. Baltimore giving up 13 points to that position. So 2 guys you could pick up and start if you need to. If you need some upside, I guess, in the tight end position. But yeah, facing both of the guys that have the best matchups. So yeah, now to the worst. And number 1, guess who it is? Don Kincaid going up against Tennessee. Tennessee's only giving up 5 points to that position, which honestly, with Kincaid, that'll be pretty much what I've been getting all season. So not surprised there. Second, Theo Johnson versus Philly. Philly's only giving up 6 points to the position. Third, Tucker Kraft versus Houston. Houston only giving up 6 points to the position. In fourth It's Hawkinson or Johnny Munt versus Detroit. Detroit only giving up 7 points to the position. Hawkins isn't playing, so it'd be Johnny Munt. Obviously, you're not even starting him anyway. So, Mo Ali Cox versus Miami. Miami only giving up 7 points to that position. So, yeah, I mean, pretty much 4 of these guys no one has. Well, I think the Rook has Hawkinson, but I guess it'll be another week before he plays. But yeah, I faced the 2 guys that have the best matchup, and I have the worst matchup. So go figure. Fucking fantasy. All right. That'll do it for me. Yeah, I'm running low on time. I gotta start getting ready and shit. So peace out. Good luck to all of you, except for you, Mike and the boys. Salud, bitches. Let's go Dodgers Sunday. And let me pound this shit real quick. Fucking ales. Tastes like shit. Peace out.
Thank you for watching the Los Borrachos Happy Hour. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time,